everybody. Sorry for the delay on starting. Hey, I'm just gonna stick with it. Wanted to see how everybody's doing today. I did not get a green drink yesterday and was feeling funky. So today, hey, Kathy. For those of you just joining, my name's Julie and I am a medium. And I come on TikTok every Thursday and give readings to people that might need it. Hi, Lisa. How are you, sunshine? And North Star, what a beautiful name. Hi, Jody. It's so funny. Hi, Marie. My wind chimes just started blowing. Hi, Carolyn. Hi, Marie. How's everybody doing today? Can you guys, before we start, can you guys tell me where everybody's from? Hey, Christopher. Anthony. Hi. How are you guys? North Star, you said, what a beautiful name. If you join me at all, if you follow me, my name's Julie and I am a medium. Last week I was tired. This week I'm a bit. Cape Cod, Massachusetts. Beautiful. And Vancouver. Oh, okay. We're not far from Portland, Oregon or Tigard, Oregon. Yeah, Vancouver. Beautiful. Vancouver, Canada or Vancouver, Washington. I don't know if you guys have heard, but like the Lionsgate is 808. Has everybody heard of that? Washington. Yeah, sweetie. And do you say Jenna? Surfside Beach, South Carolina. Wow. That must be a beautiful area. Nice. So August 8th, there's a couple things going on I wanted to share with you guys. And I am a bit tired to do today too, but I'm going to do some readings. Thank you, Joseph. That's so sweet. I hope you have a great day too. God bless you right back. So 808 it's called Lionsgate, and it's supposed to be like this huge day of a porthole opening that's going to be really good for manifesting. But I wanted to share with you what 808 means to me also. Hi, Anna. Hi, friend. Hi, Ann. And one of the things that it means to me is my mom passed away on August 8th in 2006. So if someone can do the math for me, I think it's 15. That's 15 years. And so I kept saying something 808 is going to be amazing. Something 808 is going to be amazing. And here we are, August 8th, and it's the 15 year of my mom's passing. And then also, oh, thank you, Gigi, 55621. I had shared last week kind of like how my mom passed, and I always post these on YouTube. So I will be saving these readings today and posting them on YouTube. And like I said, still a little bit tired today, but not as tired. Like last week, I was so wiped out. You can kind of see. And what happens with me is I go through what I call astro traveling. So I will have dreams where they put me either in future situations, or they will have me see somebody who's hurting. And out of everybody last night, and I just want to say this out loud in case anything happens with it, hi, Sarah. I kept dreaming of Jennifer Lawrence, like over and over again, like crazy. Like all I did, hey, Shannon, all I did was hear that name all night. Sure, Anne, you can have a reading. I wanted to come on here and do some readings. Normally on Thursdays, what I do is people pay $25 for a reading. So, Anne, if you get time after this reading, if you can go to Venmo and look for Julie-Dart, and do a donation for a reading. It's $25, and I just do it by what is it called? Good energy. Like I'm not going to check it right now. I'm just going to keep doing your reading. So good. Yeah. Hold on one second. So okay. So Anne, I'm going to do a reading. Oh, I definitely can do a reading for you. Guys, I can only do one at a time. I don't know. I usually have a moderator, and I don't think she's, either of those are on yet, but that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and do some. So right now, I'm a medium, and I'm going to do a reading for Anne. And one of the things I was seeing, Anne, have you just gone through something where you're working on your self-care, or are you doing something where you're improving your self-care. Just perhaps like one thing that I started doing a couple months ago was juicing again, and I had not done that in the longest time. So Anne, that's the first thing that I was hearing for you is juicing. And then they're all mom and dad, mom and dad. Did you grow up with your mom and dad, or did they get a divorce? They're all mom and dad, mom and dad, like they won't stop talking about it. Were you the kind of person that you were born into your family, Anne, and ended up being a caregiver for your parents? I call these people who are empaths and healers who are born into dysfunctional families to help families awake. And I keep hearing this with you. Were you the one in your family to always do the right thing when the wrong thing was occurring, Anne? And if you could answer for me down below in all caps. I feel like you were the one in your family to help raise your parents. And I don't know if you got the childhood that you wanted. Your parents were married for 45 years. Okay. Are your parents still alive? Why do they say mom and dad? Mom and dad. Usually they say one parent. They usually, when they're crossed over, they usually don't say both. But do you feel like you were part of, like, are you the helper in the family? Are you the one that takes care of everybody's needs? There's something about you being a helper. Does that make sense to you, Anne, when I say that? And I don't know what's going on with your mom and dad. Your mom and your dad. Oh, okay. Mom is, dad passed in June. Okay. So there's something about mom and dad. They just kept saying it. And like I said, usually they say one without the other. And you try to please everybody. Yep. I keep hearing that. And the craziest thing was, is I felt so much peace this morning, but also a great loss. So was your, and this might be like multiple for everybody else, because Kate Rodriguez says, oh, this is exactly for me. So I know I'm giving Anne the reading, but pay attention and be open, because what spirits do is they say multiple messages so that they can help multiple people at the same time. So they're working with you on being a recovered people pleaser. And did your dad smoke? I'm tasting smoke in my mouth, or do you smoke? I'm actually tasting like cigarette smoke in my mouth, and that would be somebody's way, Anne, of coming through for you as well. And I see boats. Are you by water? Was your dad in the Navy? I just keep seeing water. I'm just saying the same things that I start to see with you. And I feel like you're multi-talented and you don't really know what you want to do for a living. Your dad didn't? Okay, so I might be doing Cake and Anne. I might be giving both of you guys a reading back to back. If you guys are not friends, I'm not like saying you have to, but I love giving readings, and the second thing I love doing is connecting people. So Kate Rodriguez and Anne Hurt 286, you guys feel a lot alike to me. Okay, so you might want to do that. And your dad was in the Navy. Okay, I'm going to keep going back and forth. I know I have Anne's dad here, so I'm going to sit in here and say there's something about, hold on. And your dad says that he was very handsome and that you get your looks from him. Do people say that you look like your dad? Or was your dad quite handsome? Does that make sense to you? And Anne, there's something about, like, with your career, I can see they're trying to show me that there's like you're multifaceted. Do you ever say that you're the jack of all trades, master of none? Because there's a lot of things that you could be doing for your career right now. They're showing me that. And your dad shows me you writing. So do you keep a journal, or do you write in a journal, or do you write poems, or did you write something for him upon his passing? Or sing? I just keep hearing that. He also wants to thank you for taking care of mom. It seems like other people don't step up as much as you, yet when you can't do something, then you feel guilty. Does that make sense? And this is for Anne, even though I'll be jumping back and forth. I know I have Anne here because I could feel this feeling all morning. As much as your dad's passing was so sad for everybody, Anne, I do know, yes, I wrote a letter to him when he passed. Okay, see, I knew I had you. So we'll jump back and forth. And is there a July significance with you, Anne, and your dad? Like, did he pass in July? Do you have a birthday in July? Was July 4th his favorite holiday? Like, I'm seeing something like that. But I'm going to go back to, he also wants to thank you for helping upon his passing. He seemed to have a lot of pain when he passed, and I feel like a sickness, so he had to pass away from a sickness I'm feeling. And so if you can comment below just to confirm that. But I also feel that it's really important to know all morning I've been feeling such peace. So your dad is extremely peaceful on the other side. He left here knowing that he was loved by his family, and that's the greatest gift of all. Did you actually say to your dad, either in the letter or to him before he passed, did you say anything like, yes, he was very sick, because I feel very sick? Did you say anything to him like, we're going to miss you, but it's okay for you to go? Did you actually say that to your dad when he was sick, sweetie? Because I'm feeling that. I keep feeling like that. And did you debate on moving back in with your mom, or did you move in with your mom for a time? Is that something also I'm hearing? Yes, okay. Please know when you don't want someone to pass, this makes me really emotional, but you tell them it's okay to go, but you're scared and you don't want them to go, you so want them to stay. It's the best gift that you could give. You gave him the best gift that anybody could give. And as he looked and did like a life review, he just wished he would have hugged you more, loved you more. Do you know what I mean? Is this making any sense to you, Anne, when I say this? He really is coming through strong. And he's so grateful. You don't have to do everything that you're doing to step up and help with the family, but you are, and he's so grateful. She says, yes, absolutely. Do you have kids, or are you a teacher? He's showing me you around kids. And when I say kids, it can be toddlers, but I'm 56, so to me, kids are even in their 20s. Do you have kids, or are you really good with kids? Hello from Glasgow, Scotland. Thank you for joining. You have your son, who is a little earth angel. Can I tell you? Did he ever sing when he was younger? Or is he theatrical or really animated? Your dad is pointing to your son and he is laughing and saying he's a kick. He's also saying that your son's quite intuitive. You have a grandmother figure coming through also. Do you wear her ring or her necklace? Because I'm seeing that. They're showing me that as well. Is your dad's mom crossed over, Anne? Did someone either have a miscarriage or lose a baby also, Anne? Because I'm seeing your dad, a child, your mom does. Okay. I'm sure your mom has said that will be handed down to you, because I feel like eventually you're going to have that, if that makes any sense. Yeah, and there'll be some double messages, because Fan Nan just said, yeah, I have. I am charging for readings today. It's a $25 donation. If I don't get to you, I do text readings on Thursdays. And Anne says yes. So you understand what he's saying. So you can go to my Venmo. It's Julie-Dart. And it's a $25 donation for a text reading if I don't get to you today. Thanks for asking. I also do private readings, and you're welcome to check out my bio and schedule an appointment for that as well. So does this make sense to you, why he's coming through? And I keep hearing Frankie or Frankie Valli. I don't know if your dad listened to, what's that from, Jersey Boys? If your dad listened to Frankie Valli, or if there's an F name either here or crossed over, but I see that. Please know your dad is coming through today. I really feel I came on here to do this reading for you, Anne. I really do. I feel it in all my being. All morning I've been feeling this like peaceful feeling, yet the way I passed was really challenging for my family, both financially and spiritually, and he knows that. He keeps saying that he worked hard his whole life, so this is kind of like the pot calling the kettle black, but he wants you to know that you don't have to work hard, you just only have to work smart. And I see something around you that way. So if you ever come up with like an invention or have your own business, I feel like you know you're smart, Anne. You're 10 times smarter than you think you are. Yeah, very hard. I get that. I just when the rock of the family leaves, we are just it's like a catastrophic event. We don't know what to do. And so one of the things I wanted to share with you guys for anybody on here who's just lost someone. I do have this book. It's on Amazon. It's called I Am Home. And you can download it on a Kindle as well if you have that. I wrote this book, I Am Home, when my friend's mom passed away, and she came to me and said, you need to write a book so people know where their loved ones go and how to communicate with them. Hi, Carla. Thanks for joining. So does that make sense to you why I'm saying that, Anne? He's very much with you. He's so much at peace. Thank you for writing that letter. I feel like you did it mostly for you to get your feelings straight. But if your dad could come back, he would tell you that he loves you and he's so proud of you. All spirits, when they cross over, become a pure soul, and that's what he is. Yeah. Yeah. Perfect. And hold on one second. There we go. Is my dad at peace? And is he his mom and dad and his son? Sorry, I'm trying to understand what the question is. Is your dad at peace? Yeah, I just said he's at peace. And your dad is so you're asking, is my dad at peace, and is he with his mom and dad and his son? Okay, did he lose a child? So see, he showed me. I know I didn't see his dad, but I'm sure he's with him. He showed me his mom, or maybe he did. Did he show me his dad? I'm not sure, but I get airhead when I do readings. I know for sure he was with his mom, and that he showed me a son. Does that make sense? Yeah, he's with them, and he is at peace. To me, your dad keeps singing that song, I was just 17, so I know that he's going through back to when he was really strong and youthful, and your dad to me comes back through like when he was 17. And his name was Farrell. See, I knew there was an F name, see? So now you know that this is your dad's way of coming through. He's a true spirit now, and he did have some regrets, but I can tell you that he is 100% at peace now, and he's going to be showing signs that he's around you. One of the signs is me coming on here and doing the reading. I wasn't sure I actually wanted to come. Oh, his son's name was Farrell. That's why then. Yeah, that's where the F name came through. So see? So this is a sign from your dad. I honestly wasn't going to come on here again and do readings because I usually don't do readings unless my energy is really high, and I was a little bit tired. But these are mini readings, so I'm going to start jumping to other people. But Anne, thank you so much for letting me do a reading for you. Please keep talking to your dad. He's very much around you, helping you with your mom. So thank you, sweetie. Thanks. So Carla. So I am doing readings today for a $25 donation. You can go to my Venmo. It's Julie-Dart. If I don't get to you today on the live feed, I will send you a text and do text readings. And I do this every Thursday. So Carla, does my past boyfriend Logan have any messages for me during these rough moments? Okay. That's good. Thank you, Anne. Thank you. So Carla, if you can come back on here and just all in caps, just write your name so that I can connect with your energy. I can do one reading at a time, you guys. I can just do one at a time. Yeah, I'm sending you love, Gary. I'm so sorry, sweetie. So Carla, there you go. Carla, this is in left field, but I will start to see, hear, and feel things that the loved ones want me to tell you. Carla, when you bring up when I see your name, I keep hearing the movie Clueless. Did you guys have a Jeep? Did you ride around in a Jeep or something like that? Does the movie Clueless mean anything to you? Hi, Carla. I see you, sweetie. You're welcome. Does the movie Clueless mean anything to you? Did anybody ever say you look like Cher or anything like that from Clueless. Does that make any sense to you? Hi, Eileen. Hi, everybody. I could only just do one reading at a time, and I'm doing a reading for Carla. She goes, yes, I have a Jeep. Because he keeps wanting me to call you Cher from Clueless. I don't know if you saw that movie and you were like, I'm going to have a Jeep. Does that make sense to you? Eileen, thank you, sweetheart. Even if you type your name over and over again, I can only do one reading at a time. So I'm doing a reading for Carla right now, and I appreciate your patience. Thank you. So he shows me that he doesn't like to talk about how he passed away, but I almost feel it was an accident. So if you can comment below if it was an accident, how your boyfriend passed away. I'm feeling like that. Hold on one second. And I know that you have seen that movie, yes. Okay, so you know. So he comes through that way. Did he also have a brother? Because he's showing me brother, if that makes any sense. Brother, he talks about a brother. Yes, it was a very fast passing. That's what I'm getting to. There's something reckless about the passing. That's what he talks about. And he does say that his passing was like of his own doing. Like he goes like this. You have a brother that passed away. Okay, Carla, because I kept hearing brother, brother. And hi to anybody who's just coming on. I can only do one reading at a time. So thanks for holding space for Carla right now while I give her a reading. So your brother passed as well. Did one of them pass away from a head injury? And did they like music? Because one of the things I hear, Carla, has you seen that movie Clouds by it's a Disney movie? And someone's literally like playing a song for me and with a guitar. Did your brother or your boyfriend? And I'm supposed to talk to you about the flowers, the sunshine flowers. Talk to her about the flowers. Did you just put flowers on someone's headstone or something? Yes, he passed away in a motorcycle accident. That's why he says it was reckless. He says like that to me. I'm supposed to talk to you about the flowers. I don't know why I'm supposed to talk to you about flowers, but I am. They're bringing it up for a reason. So I don't know if you just did a ritual for flowers or if you just bought yourself flowers. And hi to anybody who's joining. I'm doing one reading at a time today. Excuse me, and I'm doing that for Carla. Did any of them play your brother? Yes, I bought him a sunflower and tulips. How would I know that? He's like, you have to talk about the flowers. And did I say sunshine flowers? I won't remember what I said during readings, but this is how it works. See? Yeah. Hi, Leanne. I can only do one reading at a time, and I'm taking donations through Venmo. So if I don't get through you today, I will text you a reading for $25. And I also do private readings, just to let you know. Christy says, wow. Yeah, right? So there's something, see, when, thanks, Sunflower. I don't need a moderator today. I have two, but I don't have one. Look at what he says. Hold on, everybody. I kept asking him to mention or show me flowers. See, how would I know that? He goes, you got to mention the flowers, the flowers. I felt like, I'm not going to mention flowers until you tell me what those flowers are for. So see how he knows. My boyfriend played the guitar. Carla, he's coming in through so clear. Were you hoping he would come in today? Do you know what I mean? You're so hoping that he would come in today. And thank you, North Star. It's all in my bio. My website is peace-serenity. And I do hour readings. She says, I'm crying. I wish I could give you a hug. I so wish I could give you a hug. And I know how challenging it is when you lose a loved one. As a medium, I lost people back to back. And yesterday it was just my dog's anniversary. Jamer, she was a boxer of her passing. So I get it. I actually quit doing readings for a while so I could recover. So I get the heaviness. But please know he's very much around you. And he's making me feel like, she goes, yes, I needed to hear from him. I've been missing him so much. So you're looking for signs from him today, just like I did the reading for Anne for her dad. This is the sign that he's around you, sweetie. I wasn't going to jump on here and do readings, but I almost felt this angelic presence of like, go and do it and spread some peace today. Thank you, Carla. I miss her every day, but I have two dogs. Thank you, North Star. You guys are so sweet. Thank you. Melanie, I'm doing one reading at a time. If I don't get to you today, you can do a donation on Venmo, Julie-Dart, and I can do text readings too. Those have turned out to be so beautiful. See how everybody's praying for you, Carla, and sending you good energy. I absolutely love this group. I feel like birds of a feather flock together, so I'm so happy. Thank you, guys. Thank you, AKS. She says you're great. You guys are great. You're holding the space for me to be able to give her a reading too. And I don't have Cash App. No. But if you message me, there's different. Thank you all. Thank you. So I'm going to be moving on to maybe one or two more people. Like I've shared before, I don't do readings unless I have good energy, and I'm just kind of mellow today. So I might be able to do one or two more readings. But for those of you just coming on, please know I do readings also on here through Venmo. If you want me to text your reading, I'll do that as well. Okay, perfect. I kind of, when I have a group like this and I see here, okay. So I'm going to do yours. Kaylee, you wanted a reading, Kaylee? Kaylee wanted a reading today. Okay. So, and I am accepting $25 donations for your reading, and I'm just working on the honor system. So, Kaylee, if you could go later after this to Venmo to Julie-Dart, that would be great. Thank you. So, Kaylee, yeah, here you are in caps, and everybody else, I can only read one person at a time, so I'm going to do that. So, Kaylee, I want to see on here. Thank you. Sunflower. Okay. Sunflower, can you stay on and I'll do your reading after Kaylee? So Kaylee, one of the things that I'm seeing around you, you're welcome. Did you go into cosmetology, or do you do eyebrows or something like that? I don't know why when I pull your energy right away, I feel like I'm going to do somebody's eyebrows. Thank you, Sunflower. Does that make sense to you when I say that, Kaylee? I also feel that you're very organic. So just if you can comment in caps, Kaylee, there's one thing that I'm seeing about you is that you feel very organic and very earthy to me. And what this means is that it's real. I personally don't, but do mine twice a month. Okay. I feel like you're good at it. It's like something that you're good at, they're showing me. And I also feel that you're quite earthy. So for you, for everybody else, they need a certain amount of outside time. Sweetie, you really need it. And I don't know why they keep calling you a mermaid, but they do. So that means to me that you have to be around water. There's something about this with you, and you really have to do your best to have organic food. It affects you. Like fast food makes you feel, your body feel mucky. Like other people won't notice it as much. And I guess what I'm trying to say to you, Kaylee, is you feel rather sensitive to me, if that makes any sense. Does that make sense? And you feel quite young to me, but they're calling you an old soul. Thanks, Deb. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you. Oh, thank you. I have really trusting eyes, they said. Thank you. Thank you for everybody saying that. So Kaylee, can you comment below if this is making any sense to you? And I don't see one person that's crossed over, but they do talk about your dad. They're talking about your dad. So your dad, Kaylee, is your dad here or crossed over? She goes, yes, I grew up around the water and I live in the ocean as a child and I try to eat organic. Yeah. I keep seeing that movie Soul Surfer with you. So you totally remind me of Bethany Hamilton. I am doing readings right now. I can only do one more reading. How do you do readings? You can send in a donation to Venmo, Julie-Dart, and I'll do a text reading if I don't get to you today on here. But I also do private readings, so you can check out my bio. It's Peace-Serenity. She says, holy moly, my dad has not passed, but you haven't spoken to him in 12 years. That's why they're bringing that up. They keep talking. And can I tell you that it's really important to give you this message today. There's so many people out here saying, oh, you have to forgive them and in order to move on and understand that they're a person too. You can do whatever you want to with your journey. However, it's going to make you heal and be empowered. And he seems quite a bit of a narcissist to me, and I feel like his moods are like this. So you don't have to give your energy to everyone. Do you know what I'm saying, Kaylee? And you wouldn't just cut somebody off unless there was a good reason. Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense to you when I say this? Gina, I'm sending you love right now. If everybody can send Gina Workmall some energy. I can't do your reading right now, sweetheart, but if you message me or through Venmo, I'm sure I can do a text reading for you if that would be helpful. But Kaylee, if you can respond below, and I feel like you're shaking right now because I feel like you needed to hear this. She goes, absolutely. I walked away after a massive heartache and I tried for years and eventually gave up. Right. You're such a kind person that took everything for you to do that, and you wouldn't just leave anybody. So I keep hearing other people keep talking to you and saying, you should be with your dad. You should reach out to your dad, honey. That's not like the right thing to do. The right thing to do, look at everybody. This group is amazing. We're sending love and good energy because that's what this is all about. Thank you. She says, I'm shaking so much. I'm shaking. I was like, how much caffeine did I have? Because this is still quite emotional for you. Like, you like to put on a good front and you don't like to cry in front of people. But you have a right to be mad, even if your mind is understanding it and you're understanding that contracts, like I don't. I contracted for my dad to come in and have this relationship with me. But there's a thing called spiritual bypassing, what a lot of healers want to say is like, oh, you understand it and you contracted and you never have to talk to him again. So you just move on and you understand and you forgive. I just call BS on that. You have a right to be mad if your parent wasn't parenting properly and if they didn't give you the love that you deserved. I know it's the hardest thing out there to do, but then you have to parent yourself because he wasn't doing that for you. But you know what, sweetie, Kaylee, you are a badass and you're doing it. You're doing that. How are you even doing it? You're such a miracle to keep going. Yeah, a very close male in the family just recently passed, was almost like a father figure. That's why I would be crying when I'm seeing this. Do you know what I mean? Yes, I understand that. Was he a coach? That's one of the things that I can see, Kaylee, if that makes any sense to you. Was he like a coach? I don't know why I keep hearing this. And man, was he good looking. Do you know what I mean? Hi, Amanda. This guy, your male mentor, Kaylee, was like really good looking. He comes through and this is so funny to say, but I feel like I have a crush on him. And he was like, he showed you how a man could be a man, but not like tough too. Do you know what I mean? And could also show their emotions. And I'm so sorry he's passed. And I don't know if his name is Bob or Robert, but I hear a B name coming through too around you, Kaylee, either here or crossed over. And I feel like he was, he showed you how a real man can be. Does that make sense? Because I feel like he could be tough, but also like follow through, but then also show emotions. Does that make sense to you? My dad was actually a football coach. I get it. Not my family member. Family member was almost like Elvis. Yes. So see why I heard coach? And then as you bring in this family member, I was like, man, is he good looking? Like I'm all, woo! When have I ever been on here and given a reading? His name was William, and I think Bob for short. How would I know that? How on earth would I know that? Do you know what I mean? Of course he's here. You've asked for him to be around you, and sometimes when we miss people the most, we see them the least. I just want you to know this is his way of coming through. He would, on this earth plane, he was happy to be there and help you. He's crossed over. And I can tell you that he does have family of his own, but he said, you're like his adopted daughter. Does that make sense to you? So if you ever get a reading from someone and they say that your dad has crossed over, he's coming through more like a father figure than your father ever was to you. And he knows that it's devastating that he's passed, but I can tell you that he's on the other side, full of strength. He makes me feel like there was an illness or something, and he would not have wanted to be a burden to people. He was not good at asking for help. He was better at helping. And so Sweetheart, he is with you. How would I know all of this? Do you know what I mean? He's definitely with you. So if you're looking for signs, this is a way to look for that sign. And please know these are mini readings, so I'm going to jump on and do a reading here for Sunflower also. But I hope this brings you some peace today. Look at everybody. You guys are a great group. And the reason why I'm so easy to do readings for me like this is because you guys all have such good energy and you're holding space. So thank you for that. Kaylee said, yes, absolutely. It broke me completely. And you were helping him on his last days and he passed away from cancer. I felt an illness. But you know, right? He wouldn't have wanted to be a burden to anybody. And he feels so happy on the other side with so much strength. Okay? So please know this is his way of showing you that he's with you. You're amazing, Danny. Thank you for being on here today. Hey, Lisa. So I'm going to ask Sunflower. My name is, so thank you, Kayla. I hope that helped you with your information. And people are asking for a reading. I am doing readings today for a $25 donation. If I don't get to you today, you're welcome, sweetie. You're so welcome. If I don't get to you today, I'm doing text readings for that too. If you want a private reading, you can go to my website. It's Peace-Serenity. And I'm going to move on to, I think one of the last readings I'm doing today is for Sunflower. So everybody asking, I'm going to ask you to pause. And Sunflower, if you can say in all caps what your message is, what your name is, so I can give you messages. Yeah, I'm sorry that music, my life, Zero. Can you guys all send her good energy? Hi, Miranda. I'm just doing a reading for Sunflower, so I'm looking for her. There you go. Fantasia, like Fantasia. Fantasia. Am I saying that right? Fantasia. Boy, sweetie, do you have energy? Do you know what I mean? Your energy is so fiery. I don't know if people call you the Energizer Bunny, but I see that. And they're telling me that this last year took its toll on you. I am getting a feeling of when you were born, you really thought you were going to do something with your life, like be somebody, like have a business, or your name was going to be in business, like in lights. Do you know what I mean? And I'm feeling like it's not too late for you to have that dream. They always say dream like a child and plan like an adult. And this must be a dad day because I keep hearing dad around you as well. So is your dad here or crossed over? And this can be your dad or like the reason, yeah. She's saying yes. So is your dad's crossed over? I do keep hearing it's so important for you to ground, sweetie. I used to hate when people told me that because your biological dad passed. Okay, that's why I'm seeing that. I don't know if your nationality is Latino or Hispanic, but I keep seeing that movie Coco with you. Does that make sense to you, Fantasia, why I see that? Or Fantasia, sorry, I called you Fantasia. Does that make sense to you, why I'm saying that? You didn't have a relationship with him. That's why he would be coming through. Because what happens is when spirits cross over, they're either happy of their life or they're not, and they'll do a life review. He definitely wasn't there in your life, and I feel like the reason why he wasn't there in your life was a godsend, even though that caused some pain. Does that make sense to you when I say that? And so now that he's crossed over, he's very much working on helping you with whatever he wasn't able to do here on this lifetime. Sometimes people say, well, I don't want him around me. I get it. My dad passed, and my dad was a horrible person to me in life and to me. So when he came to want to help me as a spirit, I was like, I don't want you. You weren't here on the earth's plane when I needed you. I don't need you here in spirit. But now I can see that my dad is a true spirit. And I'm telling you this reading because your dad is as well. And he's very much around you. The only memory I have is squishy French fries. Yeah, but no hard feelings, right? Excuse me, I'm burping. But yeah, there's something about you. It's really important because I feel like you have millions of ideas, and I don't know if you feel like you have ADHD or you're constantly, because I hear like inventor, singer, songwriter, business owner, like people. She's really good at getting parties, and she's the life at a party. I keep hearing that with you. It's really important to move forward and to feel like you're accomplishing more things. Grounding, yes, and yes, you have ADHD. The most creative and sensitive people I know are diagnosed with ADHD. So I always say, if you have that, that means that you're very multi-talented. So grounding for me, different things work. But the best thing to do is to take off your shoes and literally go put your feet in the grass and take a couple deep breaths in and out. It's so important to do that. Okay? Donnie, I'm so sorry if as I'm giving a reading for Santasia, if everybody could send good healing energy to Donna Two Shoes. Um, I'm only doing one more reading today, you guys. Yeah, she's saying I can do that. So I feel that one thing that is going on with you is they're making me feel like you want to get off of this roller coaster ride of feeling like you're not accomplishing what you need to accomplish. And you need a cup of confidence to know that you know you're smart. You're 10 times smarter than you think you are. But because of the diagnosis with ADHD, you don't feel as smart as you are, but you are, sweetie. So whatever your dream was when you were younger, and especially with Lionsgate coming, it's 808. It's really important to write down your heart's desires. So Santasia, write down what would, yeah, she said, yeah, I'm feeling empty. Especially this year, I feel, because you're quite social. So not to be able to be out and be social, do you know what I mean? Is really kind of depressing. Not to, like, yeah, if that makes any sense. So really get yourself a journal. I know that they're saying that sometimes people that ADHD have like thousands of journals, but they never finish them. It doesn't matter. Okay. Yep. Okay. So you were kind of sedentary for a while. So get a journal and write down what would bring me joy. What would bring me joy? And I have a feeling of, yeah, she says she journals. I know, because you feel quite like a writer to me. So I would definitely start writing what would bring me joy and start moving in that direction and try not to overthink it. I always say if you have a good idea that's coming from the heart and it's something that you always wanted to do, then move towards that and pray for the courage to start following your guidance on that, because I feel like you're going to be very good at it. But it seems like there's been a rough go at it, and I feel like you were brought up not to feel as smart as you are. You have like 10 journals. Yeah, I could see that. That's ADHD. People write a lot, but they always place journals in different places, and so they usually don't finish them, and that's fine. At least you keep writing. Get yourself this book. It's called The Writer's Way, and you can get it on audio and start listening to it if you don't like reading books, but it tells you to write 20 minutes a day. I would really like to see you do that, because I'm seeing that. And please know, out of everybody who's coming through for you, your I said grandfather, so you must have a grandfather around you too. Your father seems to be the most around you. Your grandfather, in your family, Santasia, was anybody a rancher? The Writer's Way. Yeah, I don't remember the author, but it's a good book to get. Was anybody a rancher? That's in your family, Santasia? I just kept feeling like, not like a full-on cowboy. Do you know what I mean? But I'm getting like cowboy feels, and I feel like ranching, or lived on a. Oh, you don't know because you're adopted. Okay. Oh, thank you. Yeah, my puppy. They're like cute puppy. My dog's name is Delilah, and I always tell people that she's my patronus, and she gives me good energy. Have you ever thought of doing a 23andMe or something like our ancestors.com? There was a man named Jerry who helped me growing up. Is he crossed over? And he owns a farm, or did. Okay. Is he still alive? Because they kept talking about ranching. Yeah. perfect. Okay, no, he's alive. So someone would be just talking about that, and where your family wasn't able to step up for you. I feel like your your biological family is making me feel like you had a spiritual family here on the earth's plane. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I'm going to stick with the person Jerry, who was the person who was on the farm, because that to me is similar. If it's like way off, then I don't do that, if that makes sense. Yeah. So you have more of like a spiritual family that stepped up to you when your biological family was not there for you. And I just keep getting a feeling of I I don't know if you would be as happy or as far along you are in your life had those people been in your life, if that makes any sense. Because I feel like with your biological father and some other people that there were some addictions, if that makes any sense. So I don't know if you've ever struggled with addictions, but I do see that. Jerry is a good guy, my spiritual adopted family. Yep, that's what they're showing me. So important to know. So I see, again, I'm going to go through about, they keep talking about your career and your life purpose so that they can help you feel more fulfilled. I'm just only going to talk about this with you, Santasia. I only talk about myself if it helps with information. No, you don't have addictions. I know that. I'm just, your biological family feels like there was some drinking and things like that. I just feel like it was a godsend that you weren't raised by them. That's just what I keep hearing. I'm going to go back to, hold on one second, what were they saying? So as a child, I always wanted to be an author, and I always wrote Dart House Publishing. She goes, yes, oh my God, biological family, a lot of addictions. That's what I was seeing. So I'm going to go back to, and I only, yeah, your biological mom is a train wreck. I'm so sorry, sweetie. I'm so sorry. But see, your spiritual family stepping up, and you're a better person than they could all be together just because you want to do the right thing always. So I'm going to go back to this really quick because I think it's important to share this. When I was younger, I always wanted to be a writer, but I got really bad grades. And so I didn't realize until my junior year of college that I was dyslexic. And when I say went to college, I barely made it. But I went. So my junior year, my teacher pulls me aside and she says, has anybody ever tested you for dyslexia? And I was like, no. And she tested me and I was dyslexic. And she came in the room in tears and she said, you poor thing. This whole time you've been feeling like you weren't smart enough. But here you're at one of the major universities in California. It was Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. And you're still getting C's and D's. You're still passing at one of the largest universities in California where some of these students don't even make it. Do you know what I mean? So that teacher gave me the confidence that I needed to keep going. And when I, at the age of 47, I started going through a divorce and I went back to what would bring me joy. And I remembered that I loved writing children's books. See, she says, people keep telling me I need to write a book. Currently, I'm in nursing school. Keep the nursing school. That's not a coincidence. Like, keep that, but start writing on the side. Do you understand why I'm telling you that? There is something that with that. And writers, a lot of writers will stop writing because they'll say, this is stupid. No one will be able to do this. Carly says, that's crazy. Thank you so much for my reading. I have to leave for work now. Lots of love. Lots of love to you. And then Santasia said, wow, that's amazing though. Yes, Julie C. So it's going to take a go of it. The first time you write a book, it's a challenge. I have written children's books. So if you guys ever want to know, I have a book called The Night the Moon Was Hiding, one of my favorite books that I wrote when my kids were little. I also have a book called Layla Saves the Day. It's Laila. Layla Saves the Day. She said, yeah, a lot of people shot me down. I tried to have my books published at the time of my divorce, but it did not work. And so I just started my own self-publishing company. So I do own Dart House Publishing. So there's nothing that you can't do once you make your effort to, like, once you find your passion, it all comes. Okay. So I think my energy is dropping a little bit, but I did want to share a story with you guys. Santasia, I hope that brings you a lot of joy today. And if you can hang on, this story is going to be really important. Yeah, I'm telling you. So hold on, because this is a great story. Upon my divorce, it was an unwanted divorce. I'm so glad he left because I wouldn't have been able to stay in that marriage and be healthy. I'll just put it that way. So he left for another woman, and it was heart-wrenching, but I was glad. I'm now glad that he did this. So I'm 47 years old, and I'm encouraging my children to follow their dreams, and I'm saying to myself, this situation is not going to break me. This situation is going to make me. I'm saying that over and over again when I'm crying on the floor, devastated, heartbroken. He's now moved on in another relationship, and I'm there with crying children who aren't understanding what happened. And it was a really hard time. Not only that, but I had my nephew passed away really fast, and then my dog died. I was just done. And so I just started writing, and I was sitting at the counter at this place called Stacks in Campbell, and they had seen me write my books forever. None of my books could finish or get published when I was married, and now this makes sense because that wasn't part of God's plan for me. But I was sitting at the counter at Stacks, and I had written my books, but and had a, what is it called, an agent and everything, and nobody would publish my books. And so one day sitting there, and let me back up. I had written Dart House Publishing or Dart Publishing on everything ever since I was little without even knowing what a publishing company was. It was like intuitively I always knew I would have my own publishing company. But I didn't even know what that meant, right? I just knew that that was going to happen one day. So I'm sitting at the counter, and the manager says, "What's wrong with you? You look so sad." And I said, no one's publishing my book. And I was hoping that this would go through because I just wanted, thanks Miranda, I just wanted to be able to write a book and to show my kids that something good can come out of something bad. The manager asked, "Have you ever thought about self-publishing? I mean, if a company doesn't want your book?" And I said, "No." I looked into it. It's like $3,000 to get my own site up and running, and then with the books and to have someone publish them, it just wouldn't work. It's going to be like $3,000. And he goes, "Well, have someone sponsor your book. Here, I'll help you write a letter." So I go through all these companies that I know. Nobody wants to do it. And so again, my bubble is bursted, and I'm not going to write my books. And I just wanted, I don't know if you guys will understand this, but after wanting a marriage to turn out and it didn't, I just needed one of these books to turn out so that I could see that I was still good at something. Does that make sense? I mean, I really have pride that I'm a great mom, but I just wanted physically like a project or something that I was good at after my marriage not working. And so about a month later, same place, I'm sitting there, and I said, no one wants to publish one of these books. And he says, "What about if we sponsor it?" And I said, "What?" And he said, "What about if we sponsor your book?" And I said, "Are you kidding me?" And he goes, "No." And he goes over to the owner's son, and he said, "We have a surprise for you." And he has an envelope in his hand, and he says, "Julie," so it makes me cry every time, "we're going to sponsor your first book." And I said, "What?" And he goes, "No, we're going to sponsor your first book. We decided that we want to do it, and this is a check for you for $3,000. And I was so full of emotions. I didn't want to take the check. I didn't like at that time asking for help. But they were like, "You've helped so many other people, and we just want to help you today." And that's true. I had a lot of money before that, so I'd always help with anything you need, any programs that they had. I always wrote a check. And he goes, "Julie, you've helped so many other people. Let us help you. It would mean everything to us." So my first book, you can look at, it's called Ellie Stands Up to the Bully. It's ELLIE. And I had written it when I was pregnant with my son, but never finished it. And I finished it upon my divorce, and never knew that I was going to start my own publishing company and that someone would be able to give me the money for it. So you guys are, "Oh my gosh, it's a beautiful story. You're in tears right now." Great. I wanted to share this with you because some of you have an idea and you're like, this is how much the money will be. I'll never be able to do this. And that kind of thought can, thank you so much. Thank you, Santasia. So this can kind of make us very sad when we think that there's no way that our dream is going to come to fruition. And I felt like that too, hopeless and defeated through divorce, needing $3,000 to publish my book. How would that ever work? And here magically someone comes in to help, and I would not have been able to write that out. So keep going, you guys. You have a dream that's going to come to fruition. You don't know how. If you do the now, then God, the higher universe, whatever you consider your higher power, I don't define that for people, but there is a high loving source that's supporting you on your idea. And I feel like you're hearing this story today because now's the time for you to begin. If you don't begin, and if I had not started, if I had not even tried, thank you, Miranda. Thank you, Santasia. Thank you, Micah. If you, you write the chapters of your life. Yeah. And I actually want to do another book later down the line, but I want someone else to write it for me. I love writing, but I just want to do it all on videos, which is why I'm making these videos in hopes that someone can correlate them later and write them. But for right now, let's hold this space. I'm looking at you. You see me, right? I see you. I see you. You belong here. You're amazing. You deserve to have an abundant life. You deserve to have a joyful life. You deserve to have a happy life. You deserve to be here. We want you here. And you have an idea that you've been dreaming about since you were little. And you may have tried it and it didn't work out. And this is your wake-up call to not give up. That idea wasn't buried. It was planted. And now's the time to rise and start working on your idea. You're going to be so glad that you did. Okay, everybody? Thank you. So glad. Yeah, I'm so glad you're here. She says, so glad I found your page. Thank you. This is a message of hope to everybody. Don't give up. Keep going. You'll never be able to plan the beautiful way that this is going to unfold for you. Okay? I want to thank you guys for being able to give me, let me give you guys these readings today. If you wanted a reading and I didn't get to today, oh, thank you. You guys, so glad I did too. Find your page. Thank you. Hope you to get some well-deserved rest. Yes, thank you. I much needed this today. I'm so glad I came on here. You guys have no idea how much I love this group. You're so supportive and so kind and generous. I always say birds of a feather flock together. And so I just want to thank you for joining today. I think I'm taking next week off. We are having a heat wave and I think I'm going to pamper, but I will be on the following Thursday. So next Thursday I will not be doing live readings, but I'll be doing them the following. If you're not following me yet, I highly suggest that you do. Because I do randomly come on here and do readings, okay? Thank you guys so much. I'm so glad Music My Life says I needed this today. I do readings. I do private readings if you want to check out my bio. And then if you just want a text reading, just something to cheer you up and to confirm some things for you, you can go to Venmo, Julie-Dart, and I am doing $25 donations today, okay? Perfect. Thank you guys. Thank you for joining. I want to thank the loved ones for coming through on the other side. Much love for you today. If you're looking for another good book to read, this is I Am Home. It's available on Amazon and Kindle. And if you want to look for any of my children's books, you can go to author Julie Dart. That's also my children's page. Okay. Much love to all of you guys. Thank you for joining. Follow your dreams. You'll be so glad that you did. I love you guys. Bye now.